Hey everyone, this is topic 13 in math called equivalent fractions, and we are going to use models. In the last topic, you learned that fractions name a part of a whole. In this lesson, you would learn about equivalent fractions, which are fractions that describe the same amount. So when you see the word equivalent, you say equivalent, and that means they are fractions that are equal. You even see EQU found in both of these words, which would kind of give you a clue. So two fractions are equivalent if they are equal or the same as another. We're going to take a look at this guy here and his friend Carlos, and they're going to explain to us how to use fraction strips as a model.
Hi everyone! Today, Carlos and I are going to help you look at fraction strips. I like fractions! Great! Let's get started. This is a fraction strip. It shows us what different fractions can look like and can even help us find equivalent fractions. What do you mean? Well, some fractions with different denominators can actually have the same value. Fraction strips can help us see that. Can we look at an example? Good idea. These fraction strips show a whole broken up into thirds, and a whole broken up into sixths. Do you notice anything? 1/3 strip and 2/6 strips are the same size. Good eye. We see that 1/3 and 2/6 are the same size, which means they are equivalent. Using the fraction strip helps us see that. I get it now. Great work! There are a lot of equivalent fractions, so you have more work to do. I'm on it!
I'm back to show you how you can use this interactive tool in order to figure out how certain fractions have equivalent fractions or equal. So we're going to begin with the one whole, okay? And over here, I'm going to show you that different fractions can name the same part of a whole, and fractions that name the same part of a whole are called equivalent fractions. So we're going to look at how 1/2 is equal to 2/4. So my whole rectangle is 1, and I'm going to pull up the 1/2 just as requested in this problem here. Then it's telling me that it's equal to 2/4. So that's 2 copies of the 1/4. So here's 1/4. And here is the other copy of the 1/4. So now you can see how 1/2 is equal to 2/4. All right, let's take a look at another example. In this example, I'm looking at how 1/2 is equal to 4/8. So I put my 1/2 here, and now I'm going to look for my 4/8. So that is 4/1/8. So that's the unit fraction of 1/8 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and we can see right here how they are equal because it does line up. Good. Now, in the next example, I'm looking at 2/6 is equal to something over the denominator of 3. So in order to take this out, I'm just going to pull everything down and it will erase. Okay, so if you have your tab open and you're working with your equivalent fraction and these strips, to take it away or clear it, you just pull them down. So now I need 2/1/6. So I'm going to take this 1, 2 unit fractions of 1/6, and that's 2/6 is equal to how many thirds? So the denominator is 3. So I'm going to see how many it takes to make it equal. Oh, it equals 1/3. So 2/6 is equal to 1/3. All right, and that would be your answer. All right, so now it's your turn to try this. On the slides you will be getting, there will be a fraction strip chart that looks like this. And the way that you would use this is, if you're looking for the 3/6, what's equivalent to it, that means I need to find 3/6. 1, 2, 3. 3/6 would be right here. Now I'm going to watch with my eye and move upward to find out what's equivalent. So it looks like right here, these two line up with 3/6. So that would be 2/4. I also see the option that I could have 1/2 also. So 3/6, I think I'm going to go with the 2/4 because that was the first one I saw lined up. I can then go over here and type in 2/4. Okay, and that is equal. These two are equal because I can see, and I'll show you this by circling and making it clear for you. I have 3/6 right here. Oh, and let me clear that out for you. And when I look at it, I have 3/6 there. And I can move that up, and I see that I also have 2/4, and they are equal. Now, if using this chart works for you, that's fine, okay? And you will be able to do that with the rest of the activity. You can also have, and there will be a tab, you can open up a tab and it will have the fraction strips. The only thing is you now have to go back and forth. 3/6, so that means 3/1/6. So 1, I don't want that there. 1, 2, 3. Now the only thing here is then you would have to try and like figure out what works. That's why it's better to try and use this, and then you can come over here and check it. So I said 2/4 worked. And it does, it lines up. I also said 1/2 worked, and it does, and it lines up, okay? One thing to be sure of, do not touch any of these. I would not use the fraction circles. It's very confusing, and we're focusing on our fraction strips, and that's what these are. To take them out, you just pull them down, all right? So my recommendation to you is to use these fraction strips that are on the page. If you want to go into the virtual manipulative where you can do it yourself, you can go in there and check it to see if they are in fact equal. So in review, you take a look here. We saw that they are equal when they do line up in this way. All right. Good luck, and we'll see how things turn out with this first lesson on equivalent fractions using a fraction strips as a model.